Imagine getting paid to break the websites of the largest companies on the planet. That's exactly what Bug Bounty feels like. And in this video, I'm going to tell you how you can get into Bug Bounty, how you can make money from it, and whether or not you actually should do it. So Bug Bounty is when large companies like Google, Facebook, Apple, or Meta pay hackers to find vulnerabilities on their systems. Why do they do this? Well, these companies store a large amount of sensitive customer data. And if this data gets leaked, for example by a data breach, these companies can get fined large amounts of money to regulations like GDPR in the EU. For example, Vodafone was recently fined 45 million euros for failing to abide by privacy regulations. For these companies, it's just cheaper to pay hackers to find vulnerabilities than to pay ransomware or to pay fines from data privacy regulations. In practice, most companies run their bug bounty programs to centralized platforms like Bugcrowd, HackerOne, or Integrity. But some larger companies, like Google, run their bug bounty programs by themselves because they are so massive that they're basically a whole bug bounty platform just on their own. So this here is, for example, Google Bug Hunters, where you can report vulnerabilities to Google systems. This is HackerOne, one of the most popular bug bounty platforms. You can find on this platform companies like Amazon AWS, you can find 1Password, you can find the Internet Bug Bounty Program, you can find Stripe, Nintendo, you can find almost every company on HackerOne except the companies that use the other three bug bounty platforms. And this is Bugcrowd, the platform that I personally enjoy hacking on. And on this you can find a lot of other companies. Most companies use either HackerOne or Bugcrowd, especially if they're from America. And here you can find companies like Atlassian, you can find Mattermost as well, you can find Canva, SpaceX apparently, Indeed, and lots of other companies. So there's no shortage of bug bounty programs, to be honest. So how can you start making money from bug bounty programs? Well, the first step really is to learn how to hack websites. And you need to learn some common vulnerabilities like XXSs, you need to learn how to find IDORs, you need to learn how to find access control issues. And if you want help with that, you can definitely subscribe to this channel and you can watch through some of the other videos where I explain some common web vulnerabilities and where you can find them. And I also look at reports from real bug bounty hunters who make money from this stuff, so it is worth checking it out. And if you want to get some hands-on practice, you can use resources like Pentester Labs, which is paid, but it's fairly cheap. It's only about 20 euros a month. You can use Portswigger Web Academy, which is free, and it's a great resource. And you can also do CTFs, which is something that I also enjoy doing. And there's a few good ones on Hack the Box, and you can also play CTFs as a competitive challenge, of course. So the second step is to pick your bug bounty program. And for me, I usually pick my program based on two criteria. First, I pick a software that I use. So I use a lot of project management tools because I used to be a game developer and I used to use these tools to manage my workflow. That's why I like to hack on project management platforms like Atlassian, Asana, and Slack, for example. I like to hack on these platforms because I normally know how to use them, which means a lot of the problems with figuring out how the features work are already gone. And the second criteria I usually choose my programs based on is how much they're paying. Usually I look for at least 4 figures for a medium bounty, which normally means that my time will be fairly compensated. For you, maybe it's higher, maybe it's lower, but I usually look for around $1,000 for a medium bounty is on the higher end, and I think it's better to hack on programs that pay at least 4 figures for a medium bounty because your time is compensated and they also often have better triage, which is something that I've realized. And the last step is just simply to hack on the program. It might take you a while to find the bug, but you just have to keep getting after it every day. Okay, but where's the catch with these bug bounty programs? It can't be as easy as just finding a bug and reporting it. There must be some problems to it. Well, yeah, there is. And I think one of the biggest issues is normally triage. Triage is a bit annoying because the person who you're writing this report to often never uses the application themselves. Might be the first time that they're looking at it. The person responsible for triaging the programs might have four, five, six, seven, or eight different programs they're looking at, and they are often very overworked, which is why the quality of the triage can sometimes drop. What that basically means is you have to explain everything in excessive detail so that the person who has never seen this application can actually reproduce your security vulnerability. And I also suspect that a lot of these people, English isn't their first language, so that also hurts the communication a little bit. There's also the matter of duplicates, which is where a bug bounty hunter already reports the vulnerability, and when you report it, you don't get rewarded for it because the bug has already been reported, but the website just hasn't fixed it yet. So those can be very annoying. I've had a few of them myself, and it can definitely feel like a bit of a waste of time. You've put in a lot of work into a bug, and you just haven't gotten anything out of it. So yeah, they are also a bit annoying. And I guess the last thing is that bug bounty is very competitive. It's a race to be the first to find the bug and avoid duplicating on other people. So it can definitely be a little bit stressful, especially when a new program launches, everyone's going in, everyone's getting their recon, and you're just like trying to report everything, or it can get a bit stressful. So sometimes it is a bit hectic. So what are the positives of bug bounty programs? Well, it does give you a lot of freedom to be a bug bounty hunter. You can work whenever you want to. There's no one telling you how you should work. If you want to work at 2 a.m. and work till 8 a.m., you can. If you want to work from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m., you can. You know, you're not stuck working the same routine that everyone is. You're not stuck in the 9 to 5. And that can definitely be very beneficial in your life, especially if you have a family. Then you just have more time for your children because you can get the work out of the way, or you can choose when to do it. If an emergency comes up, then you can just reschedule your work. But if you're in a job, you have to go through some like manager, you have to get some holiday or something like that, which is a bit annoying. So that's definitely a plus there. And I feel like it's also very purposeful work. You're working for yourself, you're making the money. It kind of drives you to grow because you are responsible for your income. Your skill basically dictates how much you get paid. So that is a big driver for a lot of people to learn more and to simply stay consistent. Whereas maybe if you're working some desk job, you're not really gonna care. You're just gonna go and do the hours. You're not gonna care about learning anything else. So that is one benefit of bug bounty as well. So should you do bug bounty, or should you stick with some security job? Well, it depends on the type of person you are. If you like the challenge, if you like the uncertainty, then yes, maybe you should be the bug bounty hunter. If you have patience as well, then definitely that's a big thing. You have to have a lot of patience to be a bug bounty hunter, especially with the triagers, with the finding the exploits and stuff like this. If you want a more stable income, maybe if you're supporting a family and you're just trying to keep a consistent income, then maybe you should stay with the security job. You should work towards a college degree instead. So I hope you enjoyed this video on the short breakdown of what bug bounty is. If you want to find out how to be a bug bounty hunter and learn those vulnerabilities, please subscribe to this channel and watch some of the other videos. For example, the video I put out on race conditions, or you can watch the video where I explain 2 account takeovers and how a bug bounty hunter was able to make $10,000 and reset any user's password on Uber. So I hope you enjoyed, and happy hunting.